Hi guys, this is Angel from Angel's Chapter 20 here today to give you a tutorial on how to press clip. I currently am a fashion and fine jewelry PR intern in New York City, so press clipping is a skill that I had to learn and eventually have mastered, and I'd like to show you guys in case you're ever interested in the field of PR. This is definitely a skill that you'll have to use on the day-to-day basis, so let's get into it. First things first, press clipping is used for monitoring. It's used to monitor and evaluate the effort of a public relations campaign. Specifically, I work with brands. We use press clipping as a way to show them, hi, like this is where you're featured in the news, more specifically online because we're in the digital age. And it kind of just helps monitoring the presence and impactfulness of a company and can kind of gauge how something well is doing if they maybe put out a campaign, if there are any competitors, if they're being reference to like a different brand and kind of just how to improve overall presence. So these are some examples of press clips I have done in the past. The first one is a product mention. It shows a product from a brand. The next one is just an overall brand mentioning saying, hey, this brand offers something you might like. And the last one just shows an event that a brand held for New York Fashion Week, which I got to be a part of. So it's so cool seeing how brands can be mentioned in different areas and in different ways. So let's get into clipping. So first things first, we're going to start with our brand. I just picked a generic brand. This is the fashion house Tory Burch. And usually press clipping is made to show the most recent thing that the brand has done. So I always filter it to the past week. And luckily, 3 days ago, InStyle.com wrote an article about them. So let's use that. This is the article from InStyle, and again, since we're referencing Tory Burch, we want to control F, which is searching, to find where in the article Tory Burch has been mentioned. So luckily, it's been mentioned at the beginning, in the middle, and right here in the beginning section of kind of the different products. So that makes it easier for us to find. Next, we're going to screenshot it. I use a program called Go Full Page. This will help you screenshot and condense everything as much as possible into one. So once we run that through, we should get something like this. So this is just the article that's very, very long. So we're going to start clipping it. I will always start by clipping from the top. So first we want to select the publisher or the website where we got it from. To do that, you just hold down, you press Control C, Control V, and there you have the name. And then next, of course, you need the title, the date, and whoever published it. So that's our first thing first. Everything else above that we want to cover because that's not relevant. So let's just quickly do that. I just take some white space, Control C, Control V all across, and then we're just going to start assembling it the same way as the article presented it on the website. So to bring it forward, you just have to recopy and paste it. And this one, we will do the same. Oops. Boom. And then next we're going to start working at the bottom. First things first, I'm going to take this picture. This is kind of like the title in picture form. It's showing what the article is going to be about, so we do need to include that. And then we can start picking out the pieces where Tory Burch has been mentioned. So that was right here. And then, of course, the product here. And it's only in 3 places, so it kind of makes it easier. And now we can start assembling the article. Basically, what clipping is photoshopping it so that we only show the parts in which the brand has been mentioned or featured. So everything else we're going to start covering with a huge amount of white space, just to make that longer. And now we're just going to assemble the article the same way that it was presented before. Over here and over here. So now we'll start with the picture. I try and make it as big as possible so that there's no awkward white space and it just looks a little bit more coherent. And we're going to do the same thing. Let's cover a little bit more with this. This was a little blurb where again it mentions Tory Burch. And then lastly, we're going to go ahead and make the shoes a little bit bigger. It doesn't have to be super big, just big enough to see. And there you go. We have our clip kind of mostly done, but we need to fix all the stuff at the bottom that we don't need. To do that, we're just going to exit out of this quickly so that it makes it easier to see. We're going to select everything that we do want up until here. Hit Control K, and then it cuts the full page. And there you go, you have your completed clip. Again, it's showing just the part you want. It doesn't make you scroll and look for the brand that you need. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe and comment